Now on Denver 7 News at 5 a.m., Colorado coming under cyber attack.
The lasting effects this morning from a virtual strike and the threat from Russia before it happened.
Also cleaning up the water you drink at home or your kids drink at school. The push now underway to reduce the lead in our water supply.
Broncos country, let's ride. The keys to tonight's game as our boys in blue face the Colts and try to bring home a win.
And from the Broncos and the Colts to the Bears, Colorado sure has been seeing a lot of these guys lately.
Whoa.
Yeah. Fortunately, no terrifying encounters yet, but we'll tell you how to prevent a surprise guest from coming too close for comfort.
Yeah, they're looking for anything right now to eat. Thanks for joining us on this game day. We're in our orange and blue this morning. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Lisa, it's going to be nice game time weather tonight.
Beautiful evening. Yesterday was gorgeous, but today is going to be just a touch warmer than what we saw yesterday, and you'll feel that as you're out there tailgating today. Take a look. Skies have cleared out statewide. Some really pretty conditions this morning. It is going to be a bright eastbound drive. Really all week long, we've seen at least a little bit of cloud cover in the early morning hours. Now you're going to see clear skies. It's chilly downtown right now, 43 degrees, but we're going to see about a 30-degree warm up, so highs will get into the low 70s here by early afternoon. So here's a look at that game forecast. Low 70s for tailgating between about 4 and 5. By 6 o'clock, we'll drop down to near 70 under a mostly sunny sky. And then you'll want definitely an extra layer tonight, whether you be downtown at one of the bars or at the game, upper 50s to near 60 a little bit later on. Highs, though, right around 72 in Denver today. Coming up, we'll take a look at tomorrow. We are tracking a weak cold front, and I'll show you what that means for our Friday forecast.
And right now, we do have some construction-related delays up to the north side of town. I-25 up by 84th Avenue, not seeing any significant delays there. And with construction out to the east side, not only here on I-70 Central, but also out here on I-70 to the west side of town and on southbound E-470 from the camera over there by 56th Avenue. It's a still shot, but you can still see some of the congestion that's going on that southbound side from Pena Boulevard down to I-70, so an extra minute or two if you have to head that way right now. The big delay here on I-70 is coming off of Pena, right by Chambers. We had a crash on the eastbound side, but it's the westbound construction slowing that's really hanging us up here. It's that eastbound side right here around Pecos, I-25 Federal. That's going to slow you down a little bit as they're wrapping up that road work right now. But the rest of the drive doesn't look too bad. North side, south side, just starting to see a little bit of traffic here and there.
Well, tonight on Denver 7, we'll see if Russell Wilson and the Broncos can get back to their winning ways.
Yeah, a little banged up from their last game, but a win can heal those wounds. They host the Colts at Empower Field tonight. Denver 7 is the only broadcast channel carrying the game in prime time. Sports director Lionel Bienvenu breaks down the keys to victory.
Well, here we are, 5 games into the season, and the Broncos are facing a game they must win to stay relevant in the playoff race and to keep Broncos country from just blowing up. The Colts have the worst offense in the league. They average 14 points a game. They have 1 victory in 4 games. If they come in here and beat the Broncos at Mile High on national TV, prime time, I don't want to think about what might happen. So to make sure that doesn't happen, here's what the Broncos have to do to win. The keys to the game. First, let Russ cook. It's time to ride. Turn Russell Wilson loose. He's coming off his best game as a Bronco. Use a moving pocket, bootlegs, play action. If Coach Nate Hackett will just open things up, play calling with a sense of urgency, the Broncos will put up points. Second, don't quit trying to run the ball with Javonte Williams out for the season. Give it to Melvin Gordon. Forget the fumbles. He plays best with a chip on his shoulder, and boy, does he ever have something to prove right now. Now look, he's going to be booed by the fans tonight, but let him use that to run the rock with passion and anger. But please, Melvin, please hold on to the ball. If the Broncos get over 100 yards rushing, that opens it up for Russ, and they will win this game. Third, get pressure on Colts quarterback Matt Ryan. Talk about fumbling. He's dropped the ball 9 times in the 4 games. And look, I know Randy Gregory's out, but Chubb and Browning and Bonito, this should be a feeding frenzy at the quarterback. Ryan's also thrown 5 picks in 4 games. So get to Ryan, and the Broncos will get another mark in the win column. Now, look, there are other keys to victory, and Broncos Insider Troy Rank has them all covered for you right now on Denver7.com. Log on and read all about it.
What is happening here? The team mascots for the Broncos and Colts are gearing up for tonight's game with some TikTok videos, having some fun at the stadium and out at Red Rocks. This is Miles and Blue, the Colts mascot, which I got to say the Broncos have the better horse.
Check it out.
We're filming the exact same TikTok at the exact same time. Let us know which one you see first.
Comment below which one you saw first.
I have no
Climbing
idea
the
what they
steps at
said.
Red Rocks,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, they look to be friends, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Not tonight, though,
Friendly,
right? Of course, the Colts mascot, Blue, is known to pie fans from the opposing team in the face. So that's something fun to look out for tonight if you're in the stands.
Yeah, just be aware out there. Denver 7, by the way, is the only station showing the game on broadcast TV tonight. Our coverage starts at 5 p.m. Kickoff is just after 6, and then we'll have special post-game coverage immediately after the game. Also, with the football game on Denver 7, there are changes to normally scheduled primetime programming. ABC's Thursday night slate of shows will air on our sister station, Local 3, starting with Station 19 at 7 p.m.
Well, the official state website is still offline this morning after a cyber attack. You can check it out right here. There's still no timetable when this will come back online. The state set up a temporary website to help people get access to needed services. Other states' government websites have also been targeted. Earlier this week, a Russian hacking group said it would attack Colorado and other state websites in connection to the tensions between Russia and NATO over the war in Ukraine.
Well, the city of Denver is sprucing up one neighborhood just south of Empower Field. It's pouring millions of dollars into redeveloping Sun Valley. 2 new high-rises have opened already. Denver's former public housing project was leveled and is now a hotspot for urban renewal. And much of it is still owned and operated by the Denver Housing Authority. And their new builds will have more focus on the community.
I'm glad that they're doing something with it. I've been here 10 years. It was getting bad. Just the crime, it was just seedy over here.
Sun Valley to me was a great move for me. To me, it's like, here's being part of a family, a brand new family. This will add a lot to the city.
Yeah, a lot of pride in the neighborhood. Part of Sun Valley is also being privately redeveloped. The new housing authority buildings are 1 to 5 bedrooms geared toward people making less than 30% of the median income. For more on how to apply, just go to denver7.com and look for this story.
One of the problems for homeless people is where to go when they still need care after being hospitalized or having a medical issue. Today, the city of Denver hopes to change that with opening the Renaissance Legacy Lofts and Stout Street Recuperative Care Facility. The 98-unit apartment building will also have medical care for both physical and behavioral health conditions. We've been tracking the progress on this issue of homelessness, and the city of Denver released a draft of its 2023 Homeless and Housing Action Plan. It includes eviction defense programs, foreclosure prevention, rehousing services, and more down payment assistance programs. You can see that on the Denver website /housing.
Well, we love our wildlife in Colorado, of course. Just beware, because bears are on the hunt for anything they can pack into their stomachs right now. They are bulking up for winter hibernation.
Yeah, we love seeing these videos, I'll admit.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine what it's like to be the homeowner, of course, who's that close to these bears. At least 5 were spotted near homes this week alone. And Denver 7's Jessica Crawford is live in Lone Tree this morning, one place that frequently has bear sightings, with how you can reduce your risk of an encounter. Jessica.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm keeping my head on a swivel out here, Brian and Nicole, but you know, it's getting a lot colder, and like you said, these bears are trying to stock up on food. They love to do that in places like Lone Tree, places where people do have their trash cans out, especially if there's food inside of them. These bears really have to eat a lot.
I definitely want to remind folks that bears are currently in hyperphagia. That's the time of year when they spend up to 20 hours a day trying to eat more than 20,000 calories to fatten up for winter, getting ready for hibernation.
Yeah, this bear is one of them. This bear was actually tranquilized and relocated from Littleton this weekend when it spent more than a day near Ken Carl and Kipling foraging for food. And here is something that happened in Douglas County. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office sent us this video. It shows a bear going right for a deputy's trash can on the west side of the county. There was just kitty litter inside, so not the food he wanted. The bear moved on quickly. That was not the case for this bear in Highlands Ranch, though. On Tuesday near MacArthur Ranch Road, it passed out in a tree after eating its fill of fermented apples. So what can you do to reduce your risk of coming face to face with a bear? Well, CPW has a lot of tips. Here are the big three. Don't put your trash out until the morning. Keep all your doors and windows locked, and don't leave food or strong air fresheners that might smell like food in your car, because they can get in there too. Now, if you do encounter a bear, then back up and give it space, because just this past weekend there was a man in Newcastle. He heard some rustling in his backyard. He thought it might have been a person. He went out there and immediately was attacked by a bear right there in his own backyard. Now that guy is going to be okay, but that is just a word of caution for those of you who might encounter the same thing. Live in Lone Tree, I'm Jessica Crawford, Denver 7.
Look up in the trees. They can climb.
Yeah, that's where we see so many of them. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, be careful out there, Jessica. So bears are fattening up for winter. None are more celebrated than these husky ones, though. Meet the contestants of Fat Bear Week just ahead.
That's a thing, yeah. And apparently hibernation is something that humans would like to do. The new trend hotels are catering to now.
Yeah, we need to fatten up for winter, people. You heard it here first. Take a look at your bus stop forecast. We are going to be in the mid to upper 40s early on. It's a little chilly for the kiddos as they step out the door to school this morning, but lots of sunshine. It's going to warm up by the time they get home. Right around 2, 3 o'clock, we're going to be at about 70 degrees. A nice start. I don't know why I was thinking this, but speaking of fatten up for the winter, here's Jason.
Yeah, you don't need to fatten up for winter when you keep your winter fat all year long. Yay, me. It's northbound, southbound I-25. The northbound side, you can see it's actually back to normal after some overnight construction, but we still see lingering road work out east. We'll take a look coming up.